Rolling, man?
Part 3.
Part 3, we're rolling. I'm Rocket Kirchner again. This is Talking Baseball 2015. Ken and Tom. We're back. I call this section Odds and Ends. I just want to hit a couple of things because there's so many odds and ends in ball games.
For sure.
And I have to start with Tommy on this one because you were an umpire in Single A on the West Coast. Stealing home. Now, you know how much of a fanatic I am for Ty Cobb, and he still holds the record at 54. But it seems that stealing home is either out of style, or people it's too reserved or conservative, as Ken has said, or is there some kind of new rule where you can't bang into the catcher anymore?
Well, there is a new rule.
Okay, that's what
we do know the rule, you know, and that
what
you have
is the rule?
Well, the rule is that you have to give him his line to the plate.
Exactly.
There's no more, getting down in front of the plate and make over or slide around you or somehow get to that plate without you being there. So you're going to have to give him some sort of. Now that is going to be a deterrent.
We're not talking wild pitches. We're talking
stealing home. And I'll tell you another reason why, especially with less than 2 outs, and that should go without saying. There's so many ways to get home from third base.
Yes.
Fly ball, a pass ball,
sack
flies, balk,
sack bunts.
What about a sack bunt?
Sacrifice bunt.
No,
my nickname. So getting home from third base, I mean, the art of stealing home is, long since past. I mean, you rarely see it. I mean, Ty Cobb in that era did it many times. But for good reason, they may have thought, he's just going to die at third. Let's give him a shot at stealing home, and more times out of not, he makes it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen anymore. I think it is a lost art. I kind of think it's an exciting part of the game. Yeah. But I don't think we're going to see that come back anytime soon.
In the realm of odds and ends, I'll throw this over to Ken, and that is, and I wrote this down specifically because it irritates. This is another thing that irritates. This irritates me, and it irritates Wainwright, and he's been talking about this and talking about this and talking about this, and this does not pertain to our friends in the American League. It's in the National League, the big black hole in the 9th position, called where the pitcher hits. Almost always the 9th, unless Joe Madden puts him someplace in the 4th.
That's right.
But if you're in the 9th spot, like Shelby Miller laid down a really good bunt when we were there against Milwaukee.
Correct.
But Wainwright keeps asking, why can't pitchers hit? Now Madison Bumgarner can hit. Wainwright can hit. There's other great pitchers that can hit. But usually they can't do much. And what Wainwright is calling for in the St. Louis organization, and it could be for any organization, and that is batting practice. Yeah. More batting practice for pitchers. Again, what do you think is holding that back? In the National League, Wainwright's complaint, is it a valid complaint?
It's a totally valid complaint as far as I'm concerned, and I'm with you all the way on that one, Kirch. I think that batting orders can change. It doesn't always have to be the traditional 9th spot for the pitcher anymore. But I'm a firm believer that I'm with Wainwright totally. I mean, watching this year Madison Bumgarner being the phenomenal pitcher that he is, here's a superstar that can also hit.
Home runs too.
Exactly. Why can't there be more of that? I'm with you. I wish that Wainwright would take this a step farther and really push the issue.
Well,
I really do.
I'll tell you why that's never going to happen.
Okay.
It's because
take it over to Tommy.
I'll tell you exactly why that's not going to happen. Is because they pay these guys so much money to pitch the baseball. It's
the stuntman thing in
their job is to if Wainwright is one of them. Baumgartner is one of them. There's been Bob Gibson was a tremendous hitter.
Yes.
He was called off the bench many times to pinch hit.
And the Red Sox.
But Tom, why not add a little bit of fuel to the baseball world here?
This is what
wait a minute. No. What about the middle reliever being able to hit?
Well,
instead,
that's not something they do in spring training. That's not something they do in the off season.
But
why not?
Well, hold on, just hold you
Well,
guys.
because they do their job.
I'm talking about a starter who's a good starter, who's going to have to face that pitcher again a couple of times at least to stay in the game.
Right.
So
in the middle relief too. I'm talking about all pitchers.
I agree with you. Okay,
But when you're talking middle relievers, those how many times do you guys even see those guys back?
That's true.
They don't.
right. But the main thing that Wainwright's stressing is the starters.
Well, and his point is that pitchers should be better hitters, and they should, try and hone that craft a little bit. Whether it's in the off season, going, having a cage in their basement or in their backyard, or wherever they live, they probably live pretty doggone good. They can build a batting cage anywhere they want, and most of them have them.
But for me,
their job is to pitch and to throw the baseball,
Right.
and some of them are lucky enough to have come up through the minor leagues or as different position players and have been successful hitting.
But hypothetically, Tom, wouldn't it be neat to have a middle relief pitcher that he has a little secret weapon being a power hitter?
Yeah, but
wouldn't that be the coolest thing
he
to
would
see?
be the only guy in the league that could do it. There'd only be one guy or two. There's not going to be.
He'd do more than one.
But
he'd do more than one inning.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
He wouldn't be a middle specialty guy.
It's a dimension in baseball that I would like to see. Having a
man.
middle reliever being a power hitter.
Let's all agree. Hands on that one. Okay, signing off.